Welcome back to the Comics Run, everybody. My name is Joey, and these are, in my humble opinion, the most important comic book releases for the week of July 30th. Here we go. Like two peas in a pod, Swamp Thing and Animal Man finally converged this week after months of teases, with Rot World kicking off with a prelude that runs from Animal Man number 12 to Swamp Thing number 12. Things are about to get nuts for Buddy Baker and Alec Holland. With two of DC's most impressive talents on these books, Rot World is a surefire hit. And sadly, a staple of my Vertigo comics pull list for the last few years comes to an end this week. iZombie number 28 wraps up the zany and often psychedelic adventures of hipster zombie Gwen and her pals, leaving writer Chris Roberson on creator-owned projects elsewhere and artist Mike Allred to make a triumphant return to Marvel. I bid you farewell, iZombie, and I thank you for bringing were-terriers and talking chimps into my lonely life. At Marvel, the final act of the Avengers vs. X-Men event begins, which promises shifting allegiances and a focus on Spider-Man, who has more or less sat out on the sidelines for most of the story so far. As a bonus, this issue reunites the astonishing Spider-Man and Wolverine team of Jason Aaron and Adam Kubert, so that's pretty awesome too. And I've never been one that particularly cared about Hawkeye, not in the comics, any cartoon, or even in the Avengers movie. But if there are two creators on the planet that will convince me to buy a Hawkeye book, it's Matt Fraction and David Aja. If you feel the same way I do about Clint Barton, just remember that you probably felt the same way about Iron Fist before those same creators got their hands on him. And finally, Top Cow releases a new series called Think Tank this week, which explores what happens when a military scientist decides he doesn't want to be part of the creation of WMDs anymore. Can a scientific mind under a classified employ ever escape what he's done? This book is laced with heavy real-life science, so those that prefer Hollywood-style pseudoscience need not apply. But hey, you might learn something. That wraps it up for this week, but stay tuned to IGN.com/comics and follow me on Twitter at Joey Esposito. I will see you all next week.